Hear that light?
Well, I did start it, and I'm going to wait for the stream to update to make sure that things
We're actually
are
live and
rolling.
we don't again run like an entire intro, but
I mean,
actually,
I don't think I think we've only had that problem only once though.
I
But
think we've done that 2 or 3
or,
times now.
that's true, yeah, 2 or 3 times, I guess.
I think
Yeah,
we did it once without you two.
But we are started, so that's good. And I heard myself through the audio. I forgot to switch it. That's funny.
You guys need to refresh.
Yeah, but
We've only
we're
had that
good.
problem
Only once though.
I
But
think we've done that 2 or 3 times now.
so yeah, everyone, welcome to Top Clack. I am joined this week by one of my co-hosts, Brian, as well as our special guest this week, N3rdly. Unfortunately, Bektour is MIA. He's being productive, talking to professors and walking through halls of prestigious universities. But
Slacker.
we're here to talk about keyboards. N3rdly, could you please introduce yourself a little bit to the community for those who might not know you yet?
even though everybody knows.
Oh my gosh, it's N3rdly.
Yeah, I'm Nerdly. I 3D print, fabricate stuff, just all around keyboard enthusiast. I don't know.
World's worst keyboard enthusiast.
We are world's most provocative keyboard enthusiast.
Well, I think there might be a little bit of a barrier here because you're not particularly active on Reddit. Is that correct?
That's true.
I would argue a bulk of our viewers are from Reddit. So,
Yeah, people from Reddit might know me from, I was shipping Hyperfuse and Penumbra and a couple other key sets for Control Alt for a while.
is that why they never arrived?
No. That was before me. I did to try and help out. All right. Listen. People got their key sets, man. Just not everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
I tried my best.
Edible placenta in chat already commenting on your beard.
I know, right?
That's
Awesome.
about right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, other people on Reddit may know me from my soap. So,
Really? Well, you probably don't sell soap in the RMP community.
No, but people have been hearing about it and like messaging me and stuff, which is kind of funny. I blame you and Man of Interest.
I want to see you on Mech Market and be like.
I wanted to see too, like.
Yo, I'll put a timestamp on it. If you don't take it down, I'll totally put it on there.
As long as you're either.
I mean, it just has to be slightly mech related. You could be like, have soap, want TGR, Jane, or PayPal.
That's a completely legal post.
I can make it keycap shaped soap, and then that's mech related.
I want a spacebar sized soap.
Dude, I'll work on that.
I want keycaps made of soap.
Like actual caps, or like
yeah, like functional keycaps made of soap.
Dude, that would ruin someone's board real fast.
Oh yeah, it's an awful idea, but it'd be pretty fun still. So you make soap. Is there anything else you make? You make other things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I make beard oil, laser cut a bunch of stuff for Binge's dad for some audio equipment. I've done some work for Rama, some work for Zorb. Jesus. Their names are too similar.
Zorbs.
There's a lot of names out there.
One of them.
All those damn Australians. Just kidding. We love you guys.
Look at you, Huey. Throwing that up on stream.
Right? Yeah.
Right? I make those.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I get one.
I gave him that when he was up here.
Isn't Rama making a spinner?
Rama is making a spinner. His is probably way better than mine, though.
Oh, well, Rama's is gonna be like forged iron.
It's
and
kind of a big bezel as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, but no one can outdo Rama because I don't know how to CAD stuff. I just know how to like use lasers and 3D printers.
Yeah. I just don't know how to do anything, so I don't do any of it. I barely know how to do this show. Anyways, speaking of not knowing how to do this show, we're straying pretty far off topic here. We do have some topics for you guys this week, as we always do. Some pretty cool ones. Let's start out with a recap of the NorCal meetup, though, because all of us were there.
Yeah, that happened.
We all spent time together. things happen that we can never talk about ever.
Wait. Some things happen that we can talk about, though.
That's true. A lot of things happen. So let's start out with the more boring stuff. The meetup was really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people there. Waz was hosting us, and that was really cool. There were awesome people there. I wasn't expecting that many people, to be honest. I think the space was probably suited for about 50 people, maybe, and we had probably upwards of 100 at one point.
Yeah, we had upwards of 100.
So
it got packed.
It got really packed and a little sweaty.
Sure.
A bit friendly.
Cool kids corner.
That's the part we can't talk about.
Yeah, the cool kids corner. That's what we can't talk about.
Yeah, I get there and I'm like tucked away inside a corner of.
And for our special guest, at the end of the hallway.
Yep, legit, all the way at the end of the hallway. But
yeah, but you know, we had the bathrooms for you just in case. So.
That's true. And a couple people make a joke like after they typed on my keyboards, they just like had to like run into the bathroom and clean themselves off. Thanks.
Fiora, I have done a beard oil group buy. I will do another one once I make some more soap, which supplies are coming soon.
Yay.
Sorry, answering chat. And it's gonna be blueberry poppy seed for one of them, and bergamot orange for the other one.
The soaps are super good. The beard oils are super good. I have both. I use both on a daily basis now. Get some! Anyways, more about the meetup. What did you guys think of the meetup? Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was definitely a bit tight. We actually had a bit more space last time. The last time Waz let us use like those middle tables area, and we actually had like a box.
Yeah, I feel like it was just set up kind of funky this time to have that many people. But there was so much space in the middle, like we just couldn't use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Whatever happened with those switches?
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, if you're in chat, you haven't heard. Someone had their switches, like a bag of them, like nicked from the table. Unfortunately, we still haven't been able to find who those were, and it wasn't even like a super high value steal. It was like 87 MX clear switches.
And those were there towards the end of the event because I was talking to someone about them, like standing right there looking at them. So
yeah, I have them in quite a few of my pictures.
Yeah.
So
where were the switches sitting?
They're
in
the back.
They're in the back
near the soldering demo.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression they were more by like where the raffle tickets were, where like that free stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought someone might have just made a mistake there.
Oh, at the meetup, that was a sad note, but in terms of things that were pretty cool, it was pretty cool meeting Hada at the meetup. He's very smart about keyboards.
I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Like never even talked to him.
He showed me the new Input Club's K-Type, the new TKL. PCB looks pretty clean. He was telling me for like their for the Infinity 60%, they first had a mass drop when they had the 6U spacebar. For their first batch of those, they actually had to like almost manually bend each of the 6U wires themselves because they couldn't get their manufacturer to finish them on time. So they took 6.25s and bent them to 6 and clipped off the excess. I'm like, oh, that's intense. That's
pretty sketchy.
But he said after that it was all good once they got the right manufacturer for the wires. But damn, but he's a really chill and really nice guy. I was really happy to see him there. Who else showed up? Mr. Bouvien with nice keyboard and artisans showed up.
Dude, Tiny.
Tiny was there.
Tiny was there.
And she is tiny.
And she is tiny, as you might have expected.
One of the smallest people I've ever seen in my life. Scully was there, owner of Keyboard.
Yep, Scully was there. Showing off the all-brass clue board?
Yeah.
Man, that was... Ooh.
This one's not the all-brass, unfortunately, but he did send me home with this, which is like a review sample, I guess.
Nice.
So I'll have a review of this pretty soon. It's the version that actually has the acrylic, super thin acrylic spacer.
That's kind of cool.
Dude, that brass board you could rob a bank with and use it as a weapon.
Yeah,
the
seriously.
brass one had to be like at least 4 or 5 pounds. It was pretty hefty. It was a good time. Lots of cool boards there, though.
Yeah,
And actually, unlike my meetups, because I never have enough time, I actually got to like type on keyboards this time. It was so new. I loved it. But anyways, I mean, didn't your truck get stolen, Huey, or something?
Well, I got broken into. As crazy as that sounds, you know how it is in NorCal, in the deep-seated areas of the bay. You know, things get super sketch and.
Yeah, in the really nice areas where people lock their keys in their car, and then have to have their friends break into their car for them.
That'll happen, yeah. So
you had like everything stolen, right?
Fortunately, not.
Right. So
I guess to clarify this story that N3rdly, Brian and I have been kind of hinting at the last week. I'm sure like no one in chat actually knows this joke. I think only like 10 people actually know about this joke.
So many people come up to me like, "Yo, was Huey's truck really like?"
Oh, okay. Maybe more people talked about it than I thought.
A lot of people talk
it's a big
about
deal.
it in chat, stuff like that.
So here's the facts as they are.
Yeah, I'll let you tell the story.
So the summary is my truck was broken into, but I was able to get home, which is good. So what happened was when after the meetup, N3rdly was so kind to have a little open invite. Whoever wanted to show up at his pad and have little hands in the air, raising the roof kind of party style thing.
I'm thinking like 8 people showing up at my house. I'm not expecting like 16
a dozen
people.
and a half. Yeah,
16 strangers to show up at my house.
And during that time, I don't know why, I just forgot my keys not on me, and they were in my locked truck, so my truck had to be broken into, which it was.
Wait, hold on.
Your truck
Hold
was
on.
odd too,
Your
right?
truck was also still running.
And my truck was running. It's really weird. My truck doesn't tell me anything about its life. It's like, oh, see ya, forever.
So Huey is not nearly as.
No, I'm far from it. I'm far from it. So.
He may be good at keyboards.
Yeah, I'm good at keyboards. That's about it.
So yeah, we spent a good 10-15 minutes breaking into your car. There was like 4 people watching me. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it was like, okay, I'm
surprised no one called the cops.
There's a white guy. He's breaking into a. That's okay. He's I mean, and there's like next to you, there's an Asian guy, another white guy, and a girl, and everyone's like, okay, that can't possibly be a theft.
Yeah, there's a girl there. We're fine. We're fine, guys.
And like the entire time we're outside breaking into your car, everyone's up in my place, just like
sitting there.
I think Rachel was making food by that point.
No, that was before.
Oh yeah, that was before we had food. So, yeah, everyone's just kind of hanging out in my place, doing whatever.
That's when the orgy happened.
Those are things we can't talk about, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.
That was that time. Yeah, the meetup was great. Meeting a lot of people was good.
Yeah.
A lot of cool keycaps.
Yeah, I met a lot of people too. And it was really interesting because a lot of people came up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're on that show," and I was like,
"You're on that show."
I was like, "Whoa, what? You're damn right I am."
Yeah, people commented about Top Clack to me. They're like, "Oh, I see you. I watch. Oh, not watch you every week. I watch you every now and then."
I casually glanced at one episode and hated it.
We did not rub beards.
Yeah, I should have rubbed beards.
Someone asked me. Well, we kind of did.
Yeah, they're all complaining about Huey's spinner.
I know, they're all complaining about my spinner. What everyone was saying at the meetup was, "Oh my gosh, you're N3rdly! Oh my god, you're N3rdly! You're N3rdly!"
How popular you were. Every time I walked by, someone was just like, "Oh my god, it's N3rdly!"
It was the weirdest thing too, because like I'd be talking to you about something, and like you'd bring something up where my handle would come up, and someone like 2 feet away would turn around and be like, "You're N3rdly?" Like, oh shit, what'd you hear about me? Like, is it true? Potentially. I don't know.
It's very hard for people to look at the name tags, but once they hear it, that's where it clicks.
Yeah, so apparently you're the community's most interesting man.
Dude, I will be the most interesting man. That's totally fine.
Keyboards, hung drum, beer soap. It goes on.
Adult media.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just clear this up right now.
Yeah.
He may or may not be in the adult entertainment industry.
You know.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, you just gotta enjoy life sometimes.
Let your imagination wander. That's what matters.
Take it where you will. Take it for what it is. A blessing on us all.
Take it or leave it.
Okay, that was a good little overview of the NorCal meetup. Thank you everyone for coming. In terms of meetups, I know we're gonna have the Seattle meetup in July, right? That's gonna be hype.
Oh,
hype.
Speaking of the July meetup, that's gonna be a big one. We have a lot of people coming in from out of state for that one.
I'll be there.
So
I'll be there.
This is a good segue to talk about Rama for a second. Not like we need segues to talk about the awesomeness that is Rama.
I was like, we just bring his beauty up at all times. It's fine.
Yeah, I dream about him. But Rama is making a U.S. tour, and as far as I know, he's flying into California. He's flying into LAX, and I think he's spending several days there. Then he's spending several days somewhere else in California. And then he's coming to Seattle, and then he's going to New York, or something like that. So he's hitting some major cities. He will be there for the Seattle meetup, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, we also have J-Chan is going to be flying in, as far as I know. Huey's going to be there, supposedly, hopefully, is the plan. N3rdly is going to hopefully be there, and I mean N3rdly and Rama. So what else you need? The rest of us are irrelevant.
I'm just gonna come up and make fake Rama parts.
What?
3D print some M10s while he makes real ones.
That's true. Yeah. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you're in the Seattle area. That's
Rama is not going to New York though.
Oh, you're not going to New York? I thought you were. Where else are you going? I could have sworn you told me New York.
I'll try to get something together for the Bay Area for when Rama's in town too.
That'd be cool. I'd head up, hang out with Rama again after Seattle.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tiny!
Tiny! Yay, Tiny's here. We were just talking about you, Tiny, and how wonderful you are. And Tiny.
Wow. Nice.
Good segue there. LA, San Fran, and Seattle.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hang out.
Hype.
West Coast is best coast.
He is coming. Yeah, he is coming to the best coast. So that's cool. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to some actual news, probably.
Actual keyboard stuff that's happening.
Our boy J-Chan.
Yeah. R.I.P. in peace to Clack temporarily. If you guys haven't heard, Clack has made an announcement recently that they're going to be turning off operations after their SoWare group buy because of issues in J-Chan's family right now. So best wishes to J-Chan and your family, man. Can't wait for your return to the community. But I hope everything works out in your end, man.
He will be kind of around, but Clack as a business is going to be on hold for now, so he can deal with the family issues, and yeah, hopefully we'll get him back super soon. Leave him some love because it's a hard time for him right now.
That beard angle.
Yep.
Beard angles.
Switching it up.
Yeah.
If the camera is allowing.
This is where you should have worn a lower cut shirt.
Right, dude?
Yeah. See, Huey, all of your buttons are already undone.
I'm already there.
Sped up this process.
There you go, Huey.
Alright, so yeah, everyone go give J-Chan some love.
Yeah, give him some love, guys. Speaking of things that are closing, the Sprit Springs, where that group I was canceled, a mass drop, so...
Yeah, it was.
A mass drop, listened to everybody, and everyone's like, hey, this guy he doesn't do shit except for when he does.
For those that aren't in the know, Sprit did have some unfulfilled orders, and it was a pretty old round, right? It was like a while ago, I think.
He's more than a few unfulfilled orders, from time spans varying between 2 years and 2 months.
Okay, so Sprit obviously not being able to keep up with his orders, which is kind of unfortunate. But I guess that sometimes happens. But Massdrop is recognizing that the community doesn't want his products on Massdrop because he has unfulfilled orders. So Massdrop gave him the axe. They did say that they will work with him again in the future if he does catch up on orders. As far as I know, sites like mechanicalkeyboards.com and Originative are still stocking his springs. So if you like his springs, admittedly, I like the Sprit springs. So
yeah, I've used them before. They're decent. My advice is don't order from Sprit, order them from mk.com or Originative where they already have them in stock, like physically.
Yep. Definitely, and the prices really aren't like that different. That's what kind of confused me about the Massdrop thing. Like you save like $2, but you have to wait like 2 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah,
I mean, if it was good savings, I was like, oh, that's great. But
yeah.
Are they having to ship?
Yeah. So if you want your Sprit springs, just head over to like Originative or mk.com. mk.com in particular has like every weight too that he does.
But aren't they mostly out of stock right now?
Some of the more popular ones
They just replenished recently.
Okay.
They had like every weight in stock as of like a week ago.
Yeah, it seems like Sprit can only really handle keeping up with orders from for retailers like mk.com and Originative, because usually they have pretty healthy stocks of Sprits, but it seems like he's having issues doing the small orders, which unfortunately that's why people are upset about him, and he still has them open on the site.
Yeah. Obviously group buys can be too hard for people to run, because group buys can be pretty intense, especially if you're trying to balance supplying all these vendors with stock and trying to come up with new projects on your own, etc., etc. It's overwhelming, and it seems to have got the best of him right now.
I mean, sorting and shipping alone, just like in a group buy, is a pain.
Yeah.
after having shift caps for people.
And Sprit's kind of a big name in group buys too. Like it's not like he's just supplying for a few orders. Like a lot of people join his group buys, so it's overwhelming stuff. And hopefully he can bounce back from this and fulfill all those orders and not be completely hated.
Yeah, and not go the way of a few other.
Ivan.
Oh. Yeah, to transition to something that is shipping and that just showed up at my office today is 44 pounds of Panda switches. Ooh. So US people get hyped. I will be going yeah, right? You're one of them, man. I will be going through all of them, sorting out Panda switches and getting the US, and I think I might be doing the Europe orders as well. Ziz asked me at the last minute. So yeah, 44 pounds. That's a ton of switches.
That's a lot of switches.
So Panda switches, obviously, we talked about them in the past. They're the N3rdly Panda switches is a project between Ziz and 27 to bring a factory lubed, like as far as I know, it's like a fully lubed switch. It's a 67 gram linear. So if you don't like linears, then
then don't order some.
Get out of here.
For those 44 pounds that you have, Matt, are they all accounted for?
That's a great question. I'll have to ask Ziz.
I mean, I might just order some if I know that you'll be shipping them out eventually, as opposed to waiting for the next batch.
So Ziz did tell me that the Australian orders already went out.
Yep.
And obviously,
27
has.
Well, 27 just got the Canadian switches today, or yesterday, or a couple days ago.
Okay, cool. So they're going out everywhere then.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it was just flood the planet with them, and
awesome.
I'll go from there.
So if you ordered Panda switches, you're probably going to be getting them in the near future.
Yep.
Always good to see.
Ooh. I want to try them out. I mean, I tried some of Brian's linear key switches at the meetup, and they're decent. So
I'm gonna be putting pandas
You
on
hate
my
them.
Rama Bay. Yeah, my Rama Bay is gonna get panda switches. So
I'm not sure what my M65 is going to get yet.
I have
But
no
mean,
clue either.
I still have a lot of months to figure it out.
I might do some classic 62 gram ergo clears just because that's the classic. Panda switches I'm thinking about.
I want to do some ergo clears in the near future. I just don't know when I'm going to put them on. I have too many boards coming, man.
Speaking of too many boards coming, I know some people have been. Have you guys seen the Exent group I opened this week? We talked about it last week on this week. Last week on Top Clack we talked about it. Big bezel.
More information now, though.
Yeah, designed by.
They have new pictures now, and like they have new renders with keycaps and stuff. And the bezel is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's pretty huge.
It's really big.
oh,
I still think it's pretty cool, but others might not care. I've seen a couple comments on people just being like, "Okay, that's just too much."
I'm.
I still don't know how I feel about it. I like it, but that might be.
Yeah, I thought the M65 was enough bezel, and then this was like, let's. We obviously know where the line is. Let's just keep going and see what happens.
You know,
was that mentality?
But at the same time,
Aesthetically, it's beautiful.
It is.
There isn't anything else on the market like this.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
So at least this fulfills a purpose to the people that have just been like, I want all bezel and no keyboard.
And there's a kit that you can buy that does include GMK keycaps. So
yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's these ones in the render, the black on black.
Yeah, it's for $275. Descent Premium Kit includes a basic kit, stabs, switches, and a GMK key sets.
I'm assuming that's gonna be like just stock Gateron switches.
Yeah, just stock Gateron. I think it's $40 extra if you want to add mod switches.
It's very Apple-y.
Yeah, the basic kit, which is housing, plate, and PCB, is $198. So $200.
Yeah.
Not
So
bad.
to comment on that price, that is up 10% from the estimated price, or the price they at least claimed that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
It was $180 and $250, and now it's $198 and $275 respectively for the basic and premium kits.
And I think it's $30 more if you want to upgrade the acrylic bottom to aluminum.
Yep. So a lot of options though. They give you a lot of additional options. Shipping is going to hurt a little bit. Less people, it's $50.
Yep.
That's right. It's our turn to complain about shipping fees instead of Europeans.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Asia is $25, Europe is $40, and US is the highest at $50. They will be shipping out of Malaysia.
So there's a plus for the European people.
Yep. If you do want to get on this, the group buy ends on the 22nd of February. Wait, check out how they wrote this. 22nd.
Yes. 22nd. That's wonderful.
Apparently people are saying that your mic is louder than ours, or we're not as loud as you, I guess.
I will attempt to fix this.
I think we all sound pretty equal in Skype, but obviously OBS will disagree.
Yeah. Agreed.
So hopefully we can get that fixed real
How
quick.
about now? They'll find
Let us know
in
how that is,
seconds.
guys. I saw someone mention in the chat earlier, but I forgot about it.
Someone's dying outside.
Well, welcome to California.
Yeah, welcome to California, where people don't pull over for the ambulance.
People lie all the time. It's exciting. I'm just kidding.
Wait, is it just me, or all the cameras are frozen too?
Yeah, this stream has also frozen.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's weird.
Oh, rip.
Oh.
Oh, we're unfrozen. Let's give it a second.
Are we? The Twitch chat in the
unfreeze.
stream is fine, so apparently it's just Skype shitting the bed. Oh, there we go.
Hey, we're back.
Now I see us moving again.
Okay. We're moving.
Okay, cool. So anyways, the Exent, you have till the 22nd to join it, and it looks pretty cool. Prices are reasonable. and the bezels are unreasonable. Just kidding. They're fine. They're just huge.
Are you guys thinking about getting it? Hard for me to justify since I'm getting the M65.
I feasibly cannot get this because I'm getting the M65 and the Fiel and
And the Fiel,
Oh man,
and the Viper.
I kind of miss that I didn't go in with the fail. Is there a Viper too that's out or was?
that.
Yeah.
The Viper round 2 happened already.
I missed that. Oh well.
They
Yeah.
limit to 100 slots for that one.
Fiel
So-
will have a round 2 as far as I know though. So
Yeah.
if you want to hop in that.
So Ziz just let me know that all 44 pounds of those switches are not accounted for yet.
Oh, okay. So if I do order it, then most likely he'll give you my stuff and you'll ship it
Yeah.
from N3rdly to Man of Interests. Oh man.
California to California.
Man.
Oh, man.
'Cause I do have, I have the Viper, X60, Fiel, and M65 coming in. And I have no clue what to do for any of their switches, keycaps, or I'm just
Yep.
getting those.
I
Most of them are just cases.
I'm in the same boat. I got the Fiel, the X60, the Weavin, and the M65, and I have no clue what I'm putting in any of them.
I just want a 75% board. Speaking of which, Huey, you said you're gonna let me know about talking to that guy about that 75.
Yes.
Just to remind you via stream.
Yes, I will hit him up.
All right, what else we got? Let's talk about a Zeal teaser real quick.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
teased things.
So Zeal posted on Instagram the other day about a 65% housing.
And it looks nice.
It looks very clean. I want to see more pictures involving the legs.
I want
I
to
was
see.
gonna say,
It's like-
I want to see if that's a full bar all the way across or what it is. I
If
don't know
it's
how
a
I like the
full
round.
bar, I will probably get this.
Yeah.
If it's not a full bar, I probably will not get this.
Yep. But unfortunately, it has a low profile case, so out of the running for me.
Yeah, it takes me a lot to want a low profile case. It looks fine. It looks interesting.
I like
It looks like
the bigger
it
lip
looks
on
like
the
a
bottom.
text case.
Yeah, but the lip on the bottom doesn't remind me of the text case.
Yeah, it looks really similar to a Tech 60% case. This being a 65, obviously. I want to see more of the feet, and that's how I'm going to make my decision. But
Yeah, when you get yourself into keyboards, guys, you get into feet as well. It's a new fetish. Keyboard feet fetish.
I was gonna say feet aren't a new fetish. That's probably been around for a while.
someone in chat says Zeal is going to be doing a high-profile version in the near future. So if that's true, then I definitely will not buy this one, and I will wait for the high-profile version.
Yep.
But I do want to see if that's a bar on the bottom, because
Yeah.
that could be kind of neat.
The purple is super nice.
Yep.
Like I hope it is that level of purple too.
Yeah, that's a pretty deep purple.
Yeah, that reminds me of the purple on the Fiel renders and the Fiel prototype that Leandrin got. When I saw that purple, I'm like, that's the color I'm ordering. Done.
Yep. But now we're gonna need some good purple caps for it.
Good purple caps. No, I don't have any purple caps. No, I do. I have Skeletor. Probably
Well,
not gonna throw Skeletor
deep
on.
deep space GMK.
Deep Space, GMK, yep.
Yep.
We were talking to Booper about that a few weeks back. It's gonna be hype.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait to get on that one.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
Deep space GMK.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Let's talk about this E8 V2.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know much about that.
It's an interest check run by this guy. Basically, it's just it's aluminum TKL, but with a slightly augmented wind keyless layout, which is not wind keyless.
Oh,
It
I
has,
didn't notice that.
Yeah, look at the layout.
Whoa.
Look at the bottom row. Yeah, it has 1.25s in the bottom, but you have your Windows key, but you kind of keep that spacer there, so you have that aesthetic of that spacer being there without losing the
That's
functionality
what I
of a
need.
normal TKL.
That is pretty neat. It looks like it does still use a 6.25 spacebar instead of the more common 7U that we'd see on open keyless TKL.
That is nice. I like the little etching at the top too.
Yeah, this looks good. Oh, are there other pictures of this?
Right? I want to see the back of it. Is that
Yeah.
is the cable fixed? I'd be very disappointed if it was fixed.
Hold on, I'm checking the Geek Hack thread.
Yeah, same.
I need more.
Estimated
It's like
price is $310. Oh, more photos of the finished prototype. Here.
Am I not seeing that?
Yeah, cables attached inside. There are RGB LEDs on the sides. There's a thing on the bottom. Okay.
I mean, physically it looks pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It shares a lot of similarities with the Duck Orion. So it kind of has the feet that are kind of recessed in the middle there, and there's a little acrylic layer for light to shine through on both sides.
Yeah.
I guess I could probably post this album.
The Imgur link.
Imgur.
Imgur.
Yeah, so there is a weight. There's a weight for this. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. I think there's only so much designing you can do with a TKL, though.
Yeah.
Like, all the TKLs, like, they look like, none of them look, like, super outstanding. They all look pretty classic, which I guess is good.
I just want to know how that cable's attached on the inside. Like, if I can remove the cable and put a different one in, because I'm all about customizing my stuff.
I imagine you could. There's not really any pictures to show.
Yeah, or at least
Like, it shows the cable going in, but that's it.
Right? But it looks like it it doesn't attach right there. It looks like it
yeah, it looks like it
channels in
attaches
and
like
then-
on the PCB like a phantom build.
Yeah, definitely.
So if it's detachable, that'd be nice. Oh, he updated saying that the cable would be detachable. Said someone in chat. Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's
Yay.
perfect. That solves all my problems.
Speaking of custom TKLs, one launched this week. The group buy for the LifeZone LZ's CLS TKL.
oh yeah.
I'll post that in chats right now, and we can talk about that. Transitioning to an interest-checked one to a one that is open for order.
Yeah, this was yesterday, I think, right? When this actually started.
Thursday
That's
at 11:13 Pacific.
So very early this morning.
yes.
Or whatever. Yeah. It looks fantastic.
Simple
It's
design.
really expensive.
Looks the only thing, it looks really, really pricey.
Really expensive. The starting price, the base price, is about $450.
With $82 shipping to the US.
$82 shipping to the U.S. So,
Steep.
So for that price, you get the case, the switch plate, the weight, and the PCB shipped to the U.S. So that's what, $539 or whatever, something like that.
I don't know. I'm not doing that now.
But
$549.
it's
Wait,
yeah, it's quite,
520. I don't know. I can't math right now.
you're in front of a
$599 US.
we are in front of a computer. We could use it.
Shh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that's cheating. Either way, it's a very
That's a lot of
expensive
work.
TKL.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, once you put switches in, you add caps and a cable or whatever. It's like a $600, $700 keyboard.
Yeah, and no offense to it, but I would have just gone with the Mech 27 then.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the Mech 27 looks as good or better than this.
Mhm.
I think the Duck Orion looks as good or better than this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just wish it wasn't as pricey.
yeah. I mean, not to knock on people. I think innovation is
Yeah.
great for the community, for sure. But
I don't really
Pri-
see a lot of innovation here, though.
So would
Right.
you?
Pretty,
So even considering price, would you guys rather get this, the LZ CLS, or the one we just looked at, the interest check for that E8 V2
I think I'd go for the E8 V2.
or V1, whatever? Yeah, I would go for the E8 as well. I think.
It looks it's more interesting. Like, this looks very good, but like that's it.
yeah,
It doesn't look any.
and I'm
But-
not really a fan of the finish because there's just going to be fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, it looks. I was curious if it actually comes in different colors, I believe.
Yeah, you can't.
It's just the 3, right?
Yeah, it has the 3: the black, dark gray, and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the silver looks too
light,
too fingerprint magnety.
Yep. It also looks like a magnet.
This looks cool, but I think the price is just way too much for most people to consider.
Yeah, I would definitely put the E8 V2 over that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping to snag one of the leftover Mech 27s.
Right? Hint, hint.
TKOs.
Yeah, seriously, hint,
27.
hint.
Oh, I've already tried to hit that out of it. He's like, nah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, he says that to me too in chat all the time. So.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I want a really nice TKL aluminum with a brass plate, but I don't want to pay that LZ CLS price for that kit. Yeah. I'd rather wait for maybe this E8 V2 or another kit to come around that's slightly cheaper.
I think a lot of this is LZ's been around for a while, and like the quality is there. And when you pay this kind of price for the TKL, you're paying a lot for the brand behind it. Also, kind of like when you buy like an Apple product, for instance. So I guess that warrants that warrants this kind of price over someone like 27 launching the Mech 27 for much cheaper than this.
He's also a good guy.
He is a good guy. He's a great guy.
Yep. The only experience I actually had with an LZ case was from the NorCal meetup. Someone had an LZ CS there. I want to say that's what it was, and it was awesome. It was like one of the heaviest boards I ever felt. It looked great, but
what was the Iron Man board that we picked up?
Oh, it was the LZ Iron.
Yeah, that thing was.
That was
cool.
Also a very intense board.
That board, I was gonna say,
a lot going on around it.
There was a lot going on with it. Like I got to try the VEA for the first time, and I was like, man, the case is like really thick. But then I saw the Iron, I was like, man, the VEA isn't thick at all. This is a great case.
Yeah, I know that feeling. My little VEA over there in the corner.
Not getting used.
Not getting used because I'm working on a review.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's going well. It's going well. If you in chat haven't noticed, I am using a Real Force RGB. I got it from Topra to review for them. Review should be coming out this weekend. Using it stock for almost 2 weeks now. By the time the review will come out, then I'll probably make a follow-up review once I lube it, throw some nice keycaps, and I don't know, inject myself into it.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's
illegal. I thought we weren't going there today.
Pretty sure that's illegal, man.
Not illegal. How would that be illegal?
Injecting himself into it?
Oh, shit. What happens in California stays in California? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Alright. Well, speaking of injecting things into things, this has nothing to do with that, but we're talking about it. We're talking about it anyway. So someone did a render of a new layout that actually looks, I'm not going to say good. It looks really
crazy.
Interesting.
Looks crazy.
And the title, this post got a lot of upvotes too. Look at this.
Yeah.
Almost 6,000. So obviously people are at least interested in this. This layout is pretty funky. It's a 60% form factor with a numpad on the right side. Home row is moved up 1. So a lot of your icons are there on the row.
Oh, I don't like it.
I guess what this would be. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it'd be a really big learning curve.
Yeah.
I think you should have taken out those arrows.
I think you should change the keycaps.
Yeah,
on the render.
Yeah, maybe.
No offense. just not a fan.
This is pretty innovative.
It is innovative.
It's different.
I'm trying to think if this would offer more functionality than something like a Plonk.
But I would almost want that numpad on the left side.
That one, or yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I would want numbers on the top still. No, like. So I mean,
You can't get that though. You can't get that in this form factor.
I know, because you're just gonna yell at me and say 75 isn't a good form factor.
Because it's functional. This looks terrible.
That's why you have to make it win keyless. 75% only look decent if they're win keyless. Because your bottom row will be symmetrical.
If you want a 75%, just get like...
Get two like me.
Yeah, right.
Just get a 60% and learn how to use it, damn it.
Dang.
Or get a TKO.
But where am I gonna? Yeah, I was say, but where am I gonna put my artisans?
You get a Rama M10 and you just put artisans on there.
I did, and it hasn't shown up yet. Yeah, excuse me, Mister. I already have mine.
Yeah.
Like mine came in just so early. I don't know. That's true. You kind of have one technically.
I could do that too, man. Mine's gonna fall apart if I tilt it any further. But
yeah. So people might be wondering in the chat what the hell that is.
yeah. So for those of you who have not seen this at meetups or through Slack chat, Rama was kind enough to send me not only a PCB that doesn't have anything soldered onto it, but sent me the files so I could print my own case to kind of proof of concept it, and it turned out really nice and had some fun with it, and now I just bring it around to show people how funny it looks.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What bugs me is it's yellowing a little bit, but
what bugs me is CNC aluminum.
yes, I know.
Hush, 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 hush. All right, that's probably a pretty good time to throw it over to a Q&A. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if you guys have some questions, just throw them in the chat, and we'll fish them out and we'll get to them eventually.
Yep. And the essential top flat question, Nerdly: waffles or pancakes?
Dude, I like both, but
Wrong.
That's the wrong answer.
I like both, but I'm gonna go with waffles
Why waffles?
because they're delicious, man.
I mean,
Because you get like the softness on the inside, but a little bit of crispiness on the outside. You can do it with pancakes, but I like just the diversity of waffles.
That's
all
fair.
right. Well, hopefully we'll have some correct answers for the questions that the chat has coming. Now we just wait for chat to catch up.
Let's see. Rewiring at work was fantastic, Ryan. Zandubi, thank you for asking.
Nerdly and Quakeums, how do you guys maintain your beards? I use Nerdly's beard oil.
Yeah, I use beer soap and beard oil. My routine for the beard is I wash it 3 times a week, condition it daily with leave-in conditioner. I also use beard oil. I brush it and use a boar hair brush on it. So yeah, I do a lot of work to it.
Ooh, I might need to get one of those brushes. So I've just been using I got a beard comb.
That
See,
sounds
those
fancy.
are good. No, those are good too. Yeah, the boar hair brush is nice because it really pulls the hair straighter, so it doesn't clump up and get tangled.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of a beard noob because I didn't really start doing this until a year or 2 ago.
This is my second beard. My first one was probably down to here. So
Damn.
yeah, it's gonna get really big again. And to
That's
answer,
what they all say.
yeah. To answer your question, Hype Sloth, I have not tried them yet. They showed up at the office. I left the office early to come and be on the stream, so they showed up as I was driving home. So I'll get them tomorrow and play with them all day.
27 says way better than stock GAT.
Shots fired.
Okay.
I mean, they're a fully lubed switch from the factory, so I would be really surprised if they were not better than stock Getter-ons.
Oh, Tiny, you wouldn't believe how much effort goes into the beard maintenance. It's crazy.
Yeah, my routine isn't quite that intense, but then again, my beard isn't quite as nice either. I need to find a good barber. I need to find a good barber for like
that. It's
that
important,
specializes in beards.
It's like
beers
and beers, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a good beard barber will specialize in beers as well.
yeah.
That's kind of like a West Coast thing.
Your beard coach can help you out with that.
Your beer prowess is like equivalent to like how good your beard is too.
Or whiskey.
Yeah. Don't trust a bartender that doesn't have a beard.
Edwin Placenta asks, if you had to pick only one and never be able to choose any of the others, or use any of the others, linears, tactiles, or clickies?
Linears? Well, that's tough. So I guess that extends to like Alps and stuff too.
Tactile.
I'm just gonna say linear because clicky had its place in my life, but now they just piss me off. So then it's a throw up between linear and tactile, and I was like, I figure I'd prefer linear over the other.
Yeah, man, it's hard because it really depends on a Switch.
I can't wait to lube my linear keyboard and see if it actually gets better.
Fiora, I am most excited for Hydro, and it's funny enough because mine just came in like the day before the meetup, and I put it on the board. I've taken it off since. Yeah, I know. I watched you put it on that.
I'm even representing Rama.
Dang!
I'm representing
Nice.
Rama and J-Chan, and the N65 hasn't even shipped yet.
Right? Man, balling out of control.
I still need to put my Hydro set on something. I don't know what, but...
I took my Hydro set off of that board that I traded for, just so Clay comes when he yell at me.
Wait, what? What'd you do?
I said I took Hydro off of that board so you wouldn't yell at me anymore.
That board is an abomination, man. I can't believe you made that trade.
Dude, I'm actually having some fun with it. It's
Yeah, as long as you like it.
Yeah.
right.
That's
all that
As
matters.
long as you like being wrong.
Damn, son. Damn.
Just kidding. Just
Pew,
kidding.
pew, pew.
We can't all get free boards.
I know, right?
Wait. Huey? Did I get free boards?
Yeah, man.
You got a free M10.
That's true. That's
And-
true.
And you currently have a clue board.
That's true. I have to send that back now.
I know, but you currently have one.
That's true. I also have, I guess, kind of a spoiler. I have one of. I've been talking a lot with the guys from Pluggable lately, or like one of the guys is in Seattle, and he sent me this to review. It's just like their budget TKL. I'll be giving this away afterwards, but
Nice.
surprisingly good budget board for the price. It's like $45. It uses
not
Otemu.
bad.
It uses Otemu switches, which or whatever, but it's mounted on a steel. Like the top frame is like steel,
Ooh, that's good.
and it looks and feels like a more expensive keyboard. So
That's good.
look forward to that. I'll be doing a giveaway after I get the review done.
I had some coworkers asking me what boards I thought were good for pre-built mechanical keyboards that aren't super expensive, and I was like, I would say like the WASD board, as far as, I mean, not so much the keycaps, but
yeah, it depends on like the price. I mean,
Right.
on any OEM board, you're gonna have shitty keycaps. That's just the way it is. Like you can't get a board with like good keycaps OEM. But you just do what you got to do.
I'm gonna grab Serbs
Yeah.
so the dogs can stream.
I don't have a dog.
Bring
I only
a
have
cat.
cats.
You can
That's
bring
usual.
a cat.
Neither of my cats like being picked up very much. Cerberus Corky.
Yes. What up, Serbs? Little
What up?
Serbs.
He's like, don't look at me.
He's
Don't
like,
look at me.
stop it.
All right.
Dogs on stream. Yeah, I'm really excited for GMK Deep Space. I think we already talked about that.
Yeah, that's hype.
Yep.
Such a
Zoology, the Z77 feels good though, but I don't know what Switch's pluggable is. These are These are just Otemu Blues, and that's the only thing they offer right now, too. Pluggable is, as far as keyboards go, Pluggable's a really new company. They usually focus on other things like audio equipment. He sent me a mic, too. I just got this in today. But it's by the same OEM that Audio Technica uses. So,
oh, nice.
That's cool.
So, yeah, this mic... I mean, I haven't listened to this video yet. This is the first time I use it. I plugged it in right before the show.
Sounds good.
So I'm not sure how good it is, but
Yeah, no, I like it.
I didn't even mess with anything. It was just plugging it in and then Skyping. So maybe with some tuning, it could be even better. But
I was
yeah,
gonna
they
say,
focus
it's
on
a
other
little flat,
electronics.
but other than that,
Yeah,
becoming
well,
clear.
I think this mic retails for like $75, so it's not like, it's not a super high end one, which tends to be Pluggable's kind of approach. They're more of the trying to do like a budget product, like correct.
Sure. That makes sense.
Wee woo, wee woo.
I know, right? Someone's dying again.
California lifestyle right there.
Scary part of Cali.
Yeah, that's why people's cars get broken into over here.
Edible was out to ask favorite dog breeds.
Corgi, man.
Any corgi mix?
I like most. Yeah, anything. Yeah, like corgi. I like huskies and malamutes. Have you ever seen a Pomsky, a Pomeranian husky?
Yeah.
Because
they're
those
crazy.
are freaking adorable.
They're super cute.
Yeah, basically anything like in that realm.
Yeah. I saw a Corgi Husky mix. They're crazy.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Just think like a tiny husky. Pembroke.
The other day on Reddit, I saw a German Shepherd corgi mix. That was cute.
My dog is like 8 or 9 years old. He's a rescue, so I don't actually know how old he is.
My Giorgio's
430.
also Giorgio's also a rescue, so I don't know his exact age, but he's about 3.
Yes, Serbs is close to 600 years old.
I mean, when he's guarding the gates of hell or whatever.
Yeah.
That was obviously a while ago.
His part-time job.
Right? When he's not at the door barking at 16 people walking in. His face when everyone showed up was just like, oh my goodness, I've never had this many people here before.
He settled down though.
He was
did.
chilling.
Dude, he slept on your leg for like a good while.
I took a picture of it. It's adorable.
Yep. Pretty sure it's on Instagram or something.
Edible asked, how does the Pluggable compare to Magic Force with Gaterons? I think the quality of the Pluggable keyboard is higher than a Magic Force. Whether Otemu Blues are better than whatever Gateron switch you prefer is obviously up to you. I think I like the Otemu Blues as much or more than the Gateron clickies, because Gateron clickies have a lot of issues. But, I mean, we're splitting hairs at that point. They're both budget switches.
So is that cat meowing?
Yeah, she wants to get in the room.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, my cats like to meow. And one of them in particular, like, one of them has a really adorable meow, and the other one has, like, a really ugly meow. so, like, she'll just whine, and it's, like, the grossest meow.
Dude, that's caddist of you. You can't be like that.
I love both the cats, but it's pretty bad. All right, anybody have any keyboard-related questions, preferably? No?
Tiny says meow.
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 Let me see.
I feel like there was something I wanted to bring up, but now I can't remember it, which is pretty typical.
For me, it's always
Right.
like, do I bring it up? Do I save it for this week in keyboards tomorrow? Do I do it on both?
You shouldn't have brought back that show. You should have just put all the news in the top clack. Not that I dislike the show, but I just like top clack more.
Yeah,
I
zoology
don't
saying that
blame you.
cat's missing out. Missing out on the lap pet party. You're gonna have to go get some sort of
Wait,
animal.
I might be able to get her over here. Come on. I don't usually let them up on my desk, so like when they're up here, I'll shoo them down. So now they just like they're kind of
Ooh.
afraid to come up on the desk.
They're like, is this a trick? Are you just gonna shoo me again?
I like. So Fictious asks, endgame board, endgame artisan, and endgame key set. Pick one of each.
Okay.
God, I think all of us. I don't know. I guess I can't speak for you guys, but I just hate talking about endgame stuff.
Right? Because
I hate talking about endgame because it's kind of a dumb thing.
What's your current want? Your number with one.
I have no wants right now. My desires are filled in like $600 worth of things tied up in group buys right now.
Only 600.
Yeah.
At least 600. I mean,
you have more than that. You have. What do you have? You have the X60.
X60 Duck Viper with extra plate.
That's like over 600 right there between those two.
Yeah, it is.
Then I have the M65 as well.
And that's that's at least 250.
Yeah, and then the Fiel as well. On top of that.
Okay, so you like me, you're up well over 1,000 already.
And then I'm waiting for another private group buy to start to buy another case or something. So.
Yeah, I had to get PayPal credit just to be able to. No joke, just to be able to afford the M65 and the Fiel. So
well,
that's how bad I wanted both of those.
You gotta be careful, I hear PayPal, collects like old mobsters and come to your door with baseball bats.
Yeah. Hey, I've lived a good life. Oh, this is a really good question actually. Edible Present to ask biggest personal pet peeves with popular keyboard stuff. I was just talking to someone about this the other day, and now I'm not going to remember like any of mine.
What?
You want to know what mine is?
You mean like shoe posts and tablet posts? What are popular posts?
My pet peeve is just like popular keyboard stuff in general, just being like the all around drama between just everyone. Like, so it's not necessarily the keyboards themselves. It's just like someone posts something, and then like one person will start like basically a pitchfork manhunt on it, and everyone jumps in and like someone tries to defend their stance on like, hey, I don't think that looks good because it doesn't allow you to put other stuff in it, like if it's a box or something, or if it's like a keycap, like, hey, I don't really like this, that, or the other. And like they're just basing their opinion on how they feel, and everyone just starts attacking them. Like it gets a little to the point where like no one can say what they want to say. So that's where I'm at with my pet peeve.
Yeah, we've brought it up before, but I think like the community is like simultaneously the best and the worst part about this hobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like, I'm going to kind of change the question a bit because I wouldn't necessarily say this is like a popular topic, but I hate how springs are in the community. Like I hate how some are rated by bottom out force and some are rated by actuation.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Because I get PMs all the time asking about like how I lube, like my lubing preferences, my spring preferences, etc. and I'm like, what I do in my spare time.
No. Because speaking of that, like at least 4 people have PM'd me about that, and I've referred every single one to you. I'm like, linears and lube. Oh, I don't know about that. We should definitely PM my co-host of Top Clack, Quakeums. He's a real big linear fan.
A couple people do that because I get a lot of PMs on Reddit about it.
I'm just like, I don't know that much. Just PM Brian. That's why I always tell people to PM you if it involves questions about lube or linears.
But yeah, like people will think that reds or browns or blues or whatever are so much lighter than they actually are because when you see it on a website, it says Gateron reds or whatever are 45 gram, and that's actuation. So when you compare it to something like 62 gram Zelios, that's bottom out force. Because Korean springs always use bottom out force as their fact. So you think 45 gram and 62 gram, like that's actually a pretty big jump. But in all actuality, the 62 gram springs actuate at like 50 grams. So, or like around there. So like they're actually a lot closer than you might think. And it really just confuses people because you have to like you have to specify what you're talking about exactly, and a lot of new people don't understand that. And so they see that number, they're like, oh, all those numbers are, they must be referencing the same thing, but they're not. And manufacturers totally screw people over because they're not using like a universal standard of what the weights will actually feel like. Because actuation doesn't really tell you anything. That doesn't tell you how the switch is going to feel at all. You can have one switch actuate at 50 grams and bottom out at 60, or you can have a switch actuate at 50 grams and bottom out at 110. So it doesn't it's totally an irrelevant number. I wish bottom out force was the standard that actually everyone used, and that we got force graphs for each spring. Personally, I know that's kind of asking a lot, but
this is why we just send everyone to you, though.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's...
So I have paragraphs. I'm just gonna make a macro on my end that just like explains shit to people.
It just pastes like Imgur albums of explanations of everything.
Just one Imgur link to a bunch of
charts and
standard answers.
Quick, it's confirmed.
Confirm power bottom. Well, have I got a gig for you, man?
You know what I like. Yeah. Did we miss anything? Oh, I had another pet peeve, but I'm not going to remember it now. I'm going to try to remember it while you talk about yours, Huey.
My pet peeve?
Your biggest pet peeves with popular keyboard stuff. Or we can just say keyboard stuff in general.
Keyboard stuff in general? Like, if popular... Let me go to the front page real quick and see what I get annoyed with.
that guy's dad not knowing about keyboards?
His dad.
Yeah, that was the first thing I saw. Oh god, 27. Not confirmed.
Yet.
I don't really have that many pet peeves. Like seating stabilizers when you're building a keyboard. Does that count? I don't know. Aligning Topra domes. That's kind of a pet peeve, I guess. Annoyance, just normal mechanical keyboard annoyances. I don't know. It's not too many things bother me in the community. Well, at least I can tell you on the top of my head.
Oh, you know what actually really pisses me off, but it shouldn't?
What grinds your gears, Brian?
When people say JTK debut and they're referencing only the purple on white set.
Oh yeah.
Because debut was the name of that group buy.
Yeah, of that group buy.
Not that set. That set is called JTK purple on white.
Or white on purple, yeah.
Depending on which configuration you get.
Same with black on white, white on black. But all four of those are debut.
Yeah, all four of those are debut. But when people actually say debut, they only mean the purple set, which really bothers me.
I like this this debut set.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what I know is a pet peeve of yours, Brian? And I do actually agree with you, because every time I go onto RMK, I see these posts, and it kind of just annoys me. Is everything endgame?
Yeah, I don't like. Why is everyone obsessed with endgame? Like,
I don't care if like your poker with Taiho Miami is your endgame keyboard. Just post and be like, "This is my keyboard." Like, that's cool, man. I
love this keyboard.
I think it's one of those things like, Reddit 2 years ago, everyone was saying like, oh, look at me, I found this gem online, and somehow that became like a meme and no one posts with that anymore. I think it's becoming just one of those things where everyone's just, one person talks about the end game, now everybody has to talk about the end game, regardless of what it can or can't be.
And if it's a poker with Taiho, whatever, that's your end game, cool. But we just don't use endgame as a term, because it's like it makes no sense in this community.
It's very restricting in this community. Like, oh, this is my endgame. Yeah. You're done? No, but then
are you never gonna buy another board again? Like you'll so to have an endgame board, like if endgame were a thing, to have an endgame board, you would have to have tried everything ever that this community has to offer. Because otherwise, how do you know it's endgame when you could like something way better?
Right? You may like the RGB Topre board.
Yeah.
You don't know that. You haven't beta tested it like Huey has.
It's not even a beta test, because it's already it's a product you could buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Endgame is just silly because if you have literally tried everything ever in this community, which you haven't, then you could say you know what your
I think
Endgame
the only
is.
person who I would believe would say they've tried everything is Hata.
Or
Have you guys seen
But even then,
pictures of his
but
collection?
even then,
He's a
you have
lot.
to try. You have to try everything
or
in.
Ripster.
Or
You have to
Ripster.
try everything in combination.
I would
So you have to
believe
try, like-
Ripster. Ripster said that.
Yeah, I'd believe Ripster. He'd be like, I finally found my end game. You're like, oh, probably.
Knowing Ripster would be like Cherry MX Blues done.
Ripster seems like a classy guy that would just be all about like cherry MX switches.
And Fixtures, I wasn't like ripping on you. I literally just went to the front page and scrolled down and saw like 6 posts that said end game on them, and I was like, oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you have to try. You have to try every case. You know, every switch, every plate, every key set, etc.
Oh,
all in combination with each other.
Yeah.
All because, like Huey has pointed out multiple times, you know, a keyboard is made up of all of its components. So, you know, switch X is going to feel and sound different based on the rest of the housing and the caps and what have you. So, you never know what you like until you try it. So,
Yep. And don't forget, you're also going to have to test each and every foot you put on them, too. There's a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
A lot of different feet.
come talk to me about Endgame when you've done all of that.
Yep. And then we'll know that you've endgamed.
Because new stuff is always coming out. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now with panda switches, there's so many more combinations of endgame
Yeah.
that you might not
Right.
even realize.
Yeah, if you want to talk about Endgame, let me get my panda switches.
Let me get my panda switches and this magic force here. You know, make 2 and 2. You know, together. You know, put the sockets in the holes and. That
Tell
could
me
be
more
endgame.
about putting sockets in holes.
Putting this into that.
Whittle Kitty asks, what's overhyped in the community and what's underhyped?
That's a pretty good question too.
What's overhyped? Artisan
Endgame.
keycaps? Endgame.
Someone immediately wrote overhyped essay.
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 Yeah. Essay. Right now, especially.
But the thing about essay is like everyone agrees it sucks to type on.
But
Like
it
how
looks-
often do you come across someone that's like, I love typing on essay? It's pretty rare. People honestly don't really like typing on it. They just like the way it looks.
Yeah, it looks
So at least people kind of understand it.
Let's see. People in chat are saying Topra and Zelios.
I could see Topra. I could see stock Topra being a little overhyped.
It's kind of culty, I guess. That's why.
Yeah, I never really understood.
I never really understood why people make.
I love my HHKB.
Someone said Zelios. I don't think Zelios are over. Well, I guess they're kind of overhyped. I think they're overpriced.
But I
Or
agree
more
with
than
no
overhyped.
change. HHKBs are overhyped. They're
Yeah.
great boards. I love mine to death. Like I've done
yeah.
so much. I've done so much work to mine too that it doesn't look like any other board that it.
But the HHKB is a toy. Like it's the quality of an HHKB is pretty.
I'm
poor.
gonna agree with Tiny here. This whole hobby is culty.
Yeah,
Dude,
this whole
I-
hobby is overhyped.
Would you say the HHKB is? Mine looks like a fucking toy.
That's pretty bad, dude.
My vomit board, man.
Yeah, HHKB is pretty overhyped.
I love this board though.
Yeah, Fictious says Real Force feels way better. I totally agree.
Yep.
I only like the HHKB because of form factor and layout. TKLs usually are a little too.
The keyboards are overhyped. You know.
Yeah, dude. Like we're sitting here debating on like what plastic and metal is overhyped. Like what forms of plastic and metal.
How do Novitouch stems compare to stock Topra stems? Not as,
I'm not a fan of the Novitouch stems. That's why I haven't
not
done
as
the stem
good.
swap on mine.
I've lubed mine to make mine worth it. So that's it.
I will say that I am working on 3D printing some Topra stems that do MX compatibility too. So we'll see how those turn out. The first round were okay, but they're a little tight. So I just gotta
loosen it up.
Gold Springs were overhyped. Fiora Corp says. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
The reason I like the Gold Springs is how they feel. I don't care that they're actually coated in
Gold.
gold or whatever. Like that's completely irrelevant to me. And the same thing could be said about gold-plated everything. RGB is overhyped, but I think everyone in the community kind of starts to feel that way now.
yes, edible.
RGB was really
will.
like 2014, 2015, and now everyone's kind of chilled on it.
Hyperfuse is so super overhyped. Hyperfuse and Penumbra, but I understand that Penumbra's only overhyped because no one has gotten it yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the feels.
It's funny how sets like Penumbra and Calm Depths and Nuclear Data, those really rare community sets, they're not that popular once you start getting them.
Yep.
Like GMK Hyperfuse was really popular, and then originated brought in 500 more sets for the community, and now nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody cares about GMK Hyperfuse.
Well,
And it was going
this
for,
is a really
$300,
this is
$500.
remember we were talking about this when we were all met up at N3rdly's. What did we say? We're saying to near people this is a very stuck up kind of hobby. Of course, no one's because everyone can get it. We're not going to talk about it. We only want to talk about the shit we can't get and the things we can complain about, like Penumbra.
Exactly. Yeah. Once the next sets of Penumbra or Calm Depths or whatever come out, they're not going to be popular anymore. 100%.
No, exactly.
Nobody people still like them, but nobody will care about them
People will
anymore.
put them on their boards, but they won't take 1,000 pictures of them like they do their Hyperfuse or other stuff because that's what gets the upvotes because no one else has it right now.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a cycle right now. Recently, everyone got their GMK Carbon. Now you rarely see a post of GMK Carbon because that's over. Not that that's bad or anything, but now people are looking
You saw
forward
the
to
flood of it.
Exactly, we saw the flood of it. Now we're gonna see the next flood of whatever is gonna come out next, and for the next few months, we're gonna see a lot of SA sets because of that. Because
You know what the next flood is? Prepare yourselves.
Hydro?
No, man.
well, Hydro's going
that.
ongoing, but yeah.
But the grab bags.
Oh, I've already seen so many. I hate seeing the grab bag pictures. Oh
There's
my
some
God.
overhype for you.
Yeah, that's
And listen,
true. Grab bags are the most overhyped thing.
Calling the kettle black. I bought three bags of those, but I'm making a table out of them. So
Nice.
I'm doing something with them.
Gonna lacquer the top.
I'm actually gonna resin cast the top.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's gonna take a while.
You know what's kind of annoying that I've been seeing a lot of people do, just because I'm a mod of Mech Market, so I see the posts a lot, is people will get the grab bags in, they'll sort them, and they'll resell them for a huge profit.
Mm-hmm. Like the rare caps that
Here's
they're in there.
my essays of this is $30. My DSAs is $30, and everything else is $20.
This pack of this single pack of Chronicler keys or something $20 or something like that. There's 14 keys. It's if you're that type of person, then
Oh, Apolitary wants to join.
part of the problems. We're about to end though.
Yeah, seriously.
We're done. We've been doing Q&A for a while now.
Speaking of Apolitary, he's the one that sent me my unicorn vomit keycaps.
Yeah, he's the Asian one of the show.
Hey.
Well, Huey's pretty American.
I'm American. I enjoy my America. Double fisting some hamburgers with barbecue sauce and donuts at the same time.
Yeah, your meatloaf sandwich.
That's not true, man. We had sushi when you came up here.
It's true.
That's sushi. That's true. We also had spaghetti and meat sauce and garlic
Yeah,
bread.
man. Shout out to Rachel for making.
Shout out to garlic bread guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Rachel for making spaghetti and garlic bread guy. As he's been done.
Wherever you are, garlic bread guy.
Thank you for that. That was actually really good garlic bread because it wasn't too soaked in butter like most garlic bread is, which turns me off. But it was light on the butter, which was good.
Butter usually turns me on. When you're a fat white guy, butter turns you on.
Butter turns you on like Rachel Ray.
Oh, Animal Placenta is on a roll tonight. What would you like to see more of in the community?
Man,
I would like to see
Otters.
people not reselling things for ridiculous amounts of money.
that'd be cool.
I want to see people not reselling things strictly to make profit.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a totally unrealistic thing. Obviously, there's too many people in this community, and a lot of people are greedy. That's human nature. So that's never going to change, but I'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, No Chance RPG is asking, have any of you guys used any of the Ergo boards, Ergo docks, or similar? So I'm thinking split or tented or tilted.
So Brian and I were talking about this just before the stream started, and I said that I wanted to talk about this, but I didn't want to. But the stream hadn't started because Huey was gone. So I use my Ergodox Infinity at work, literally as my sole board. It's all I use, and I just one day I made the switch. It was like I'm gonna struggle, and if I'm gonna struggle, I want to struggle at my office where it's like do or die, because I am a systems administrator, and it's awesome. I've been using it now for maybe like 3 months, and I finally have figured out the layout that I like, and I'm fast on it, and my coworkers won't use it now, which is great.
I have tried an Ergodox. The only thing I've tried for an extended amount of time is an Ergodox Infinity, and I might have been able to hit 15 words per minute. I used it for like a day. I was like,
yeah, it takes a bit more than a day to use something like an Ergodox. I've tried an Ergodox for a few months, used the Kinesis Advantage for a few months. I have my buckling spring split keyboard, the IBM M15. I have my VEA. So I mean, yeah, I definitely enjoy my ergonomic keyboards, my split keyboards and stuff. I enjoy them a lot. I also use the Matthias one, the Matthias Ergo Pro. That's actually probably in my opinion, one of the best split keyboards on the market at this moment.
I want a Kinesis Advantage. I want to try one out. I just don't want to spend a ton of money.
Want to borrow mine?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Hit me up after this.
Why didn't you bring it up with you? I could have just stole it from your truck.
Like you stole the rest of his stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
the Kinesis Advantage actually, it's pretty interesting. It does have a small level of reprogrammability, which is cool.
Zoology, that is not where I work, but it's a similar place. So
I want to try like Kitsune and chat mentioned. I haven't tried the Utron yet, which I want to try, which is a Topra split keyboard.
What? I've never heard of this.
Yeah, the Mutron. Like it's not supposed to be a U. The symbol is the mu symbol, not the U symbol, the mathematical symbol. So it's Mutron. There's one here. I'll post one right now because I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking at the board. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Except, wow, never mind. That looks weird. The enter's on the inside.
Yeah, the layout is a bit on the.
What is going on there?
Odd side.
Brian, sorry, your beard's getting talked down on.
But
What?
there's one on eBay right now, which I guess I'll post to chat for
I already know your beard's better than mine.
$595. A split Topra board, and you know what? It's not compatible with normal Topra keyboards because the key spacing is different, and the keycaps are only about 95% the size of a normal keycap.
This looks kind of cool, but it looks like something I would never use.
Right? I would type on it once and go, I can't do this. And
Yeah.
give up on it.
I mean, I would never pay that much anyway, so I'll never have one. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, has anyone tried the Mistel?
No, I have not.
Does Apollitary have one?
Yeah, I think
Bektour
Bektour
has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's selling it though. I think he liked it.
He
Well,
sells a
if
lot
he's
of
in
things
chat,
he likes.
He should tell me if he likes it. Because that's like a commodity split board. It's like the cheap VEA.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I like the case on the Mistel more than the VEA.
I like the fact that the Mistel is a 60%.
Yeah, this is 60. This is 75% split.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I have
I think
the
the VEA
function
looks-
keys on top.
The VA looks good, but I wish there was a 60% version.
Did I miss something? There's a lot of stuff that just went up in chat.
Paulter says it's hard to use on the go. He sold it already. But because they are poopy buttholes. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Why we?
Because Bektour comes in when the show's over.
Yeah.
And adding him to the call just to like say goodbye would be kind of silly.
This is because he's in timeout.
He is MIA still.
This is what you get for having a real life
Yeah.
Right.
where you do things and stuff.
How dare you be important?
Yeah.
Anyways.
No chance RBG. The Matthias Pro, it does look neat. It is a bit heavy on the plastics. Like when I had mine, I had some keys caps that shine because there's only ABS keycaps. But for me, if I would get another everyday use, Ergo board, I'd probably buy another Matthias Ergo Pro. I actually miss that keyboard a good amount. I think that keyboard is pretty undervalued or underrated compared to like the Ergo docks. But you have to live with no keycap choices, especially when it has irregular sizes for even Matthias boards. Like that bottom row is like each key is like modifier is like 2.25 wide and like 2U long. So it's not even like a normal key. It's stupid. Okay, are there any other questions?
What's your opinion on ISO Nordic support in GMK?
None. I'm in America.
Yeah. We're probably the wrong people to ask that question.
Yeah. The answer is I want everyone to be able to get what they need.
At a price that isn't ridiculous.
At a price that doesn't screw all of us over.
Because I understand like add-on kits suck for people in other countries, and it's a total.
I remember, we were talking to who was it? I think we were talking to Evan GS, creator of the minivan. We were talking about GMK sets and how like you can add stuff to be for everyone, but then everyone has to pay like a lot more for, you know, a specific set, like a Nordic set or something, you know. And it's just not realistic to ask everyone to pay like $20 more just so like 3 people can have the support they need.
Yeah. N3rdly, can we hear the hung drum?
Yeah, someone's asking to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Oh yes.
I was looking them up the other day. I was like, I really want this.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap at all.
This is a very unique instrument.
I love it. I love it. I fall in love with it.
So, if people haven't heard of these before, they are called hand pans or hung drums. Put that in chat so you can look them up later. God damn it, apology.
Pretty fantastic.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for that. Speaking of chat, though, Brian, when are you and Tiny gonna have your rap battle? You know?
She's in chat.
She's in chat?
Maybe she can.
Yeah, Tiny is in chat.
When I asked her, she said she wanted, I want to say 2 months to prepare is what she told me, and I said okay.
So you're saying she has like 2 weeks left then?
Yeah, I haven't prepared it all either, but I can throw something together in like a couple nights.
Yeah, so hand pans are like inverted steel drums, to answer zoology. To answer Rarsor, yes, they are in a certain key. Mine is in C, Celtic E, but they make them in tons of different keys. They're not fully chromatic, so they take all the really shitty notes off of it, so it makes it a little bit easier to play them. But it's still kind of a pain to learn how to play them. And Ziz, but I've just been playing drums or instruments my whole life, so I got one and started just tapping it.
One thing led to another.
Just whacking on it.
Smacking on it.
Just
27, they range anywhere from $2,000 all the way up to $20,000. So
not the cheapest instrument.
I'm not gonna disclose what I paid for mine, but yeah.
Mr. Brewball says, "Can you put artisans on it?" Technically, yes. Man, there's an artisan on it.
Got it.
Does it have an HDMI port?
No, I didn't get that model, and it's not Bluetooth. To answer that question before it comes out.
It's one of those real instruments that doesn't connect to stuff.
It is cheaper than an endgame keyboard, though.
All right, guys, we should probably wrap it up now.
Yep.
Sounds good.
It is handmade Tokyo.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Top Clack. So sorry we started late. I was busy with the George. So sorry about that. Yeah, thank you, N3rdly, so much for coming on and, talking about keyboard stuff with us. Bektour, who's in chat, thanks for joining us late in chat, I guess.
Thanks for joining us on our next episode, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we can see you on our next episode. And yeah, we're gonna have the Brian's gonna be having the Seattle stream in July. And anything else anyone needs to say?
I'll be working on the SF meetup for when Rama's in town. And
SF meetup when Rama's in town. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm just gonna keep talking for 5 more seconds, so when I cut the stream, it cuts off at the appropriate place instead of cutting early. And